Hi.
Now, we're here to do our top 10 anticipated games for 2024. Now, we know it's a little bit into 2024, but I don't think we've played a 2024 game yet.
I don't think we have.
So, because we were moving at the beginning of the month and unpacking and stuff and at the beginning of the year.
Still unpacking, but...
this is a chance for us to talk about what games we're looking forward to that are coming out this year.
Yes. Yep.
Now, real quick, we're going to talk about, we're going to do a more detailed video about this in a few months, and that is our most anticipated 2023 list.
Yep.
But we do have some lessons learned, because out of my 10 picks, 5 of them did not come out.
Yeah, and 4 of mine did not come out.
And of the other 5, because of our circumstances with moving and everything, we didn't play.
Yeah, and some of them came out actually pretty late in the year too. So, we played 2.
Most of them did, I think.
Yeah, we played 2 games on my list and none on yours. None on yours.
None of mine. Yep.
Yeah. So
whoops. So one thing is we do have 5 games from the 2023 list. So we're going to prioritize from my 2023 list, and we have 4 more of yours.
Yep.
So we're going to prioritize playing those and making sure we play those over the next couple of months, and then we'll do our 2023 revisiting our 2023 list. Yep. Because that'll be, obviously more informative.
Yes. In the meantime, we've learned some lessons, and hopefully the games that we chose for 2024 are actually going to come into our possession, and then we're going to make sure that we play them when they come in.
And that's why I have a long honorable mentions list, because any game that was anticipated September or later this year, I just said nope, not going on my list.
Same. and I had a really hard time because there's at least one game on there that it is literally my most anticipated game, probably just period.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So honorable mentions. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to start with the 3 that are due late this year. So if they do come out, I'm very excited for them, but I'm not anticipating them, so they're not on my list. And that is Undergrove from Elizabeth Hargrave.
Yep.
Molly House, which is just a fantastic theme, and Fromage.
Okay. I have the same. No, I don't. I have Molly House. That's my actually most anticipated game of all the games coming out is Molly House. And then I also have Undergrove. And then Dark Quarter, which was on my list last year, but is now not due until October, and Iridia, which is a green legacy.
Oh, Iridia does look really good.
Yeah. So that's mine. And then I've got 2 more honorable mentions, just because they're just. I'll tell you why in a minute. Well, one is mycology. And it's such a cool subject, but it looks really light, and I think we're going to like it, but I just don't think it's going to be like a top 100 game for us. It might be. And then the second is French Quarter. Super excited about this. It was actually on my list last year, but I feel like we know what to expect from Ben Pinchback and Matt Riddle. I'm sure it's going to be great. Can't wait to play it, but...
And that one's in, so we know.
And that one's in, yeah. So whatever. It didn't make my list. Anyway,
I kind of have a bunch more honorable mentions, but it's 2 quick categories, 3 expansions. The expansions I'm looking forward to are Flamme Rouge Grand Tour, which we like Flamme Rouge a lot, so that's pretty cool. Coloma New Prospects, because another excuse to get Coloma back on the table, and Tang Garden Seasons for finishing out the Tang Garden big box and everything. I'm very excited for that.
Yes. I did not do an expansions, but Tang Garden would have been on there for me for sure.
And then my games that were honorable mentions were Skyrise, which is a cool kind of area control, which is why I didn't make my list. Ryozan from Tabula Games, which almost made my list. It was really, really close. Really cool looking game. And then Hike It, which I really like 7 Bridges from the designer of Hike It.
Yes.
And which is a roll and write, and this is not a roll and write, but part of why I didn't include Hike It on my list is because it's a little bit ambiguous when it's coming out.
All right.
Although apparently they're getting close to production, but they were quiet for a bit and stuff like that. So
Yeah, those are all very exciting.
So that's a lot of honorable mentions, and I apologize.
I'm not going to do any more. I'm done.
That's all me.
So without any further ado, let's get to our top 10 honorable, not honorable mentions, our top 10
most anticipated
games of 2024.
Woo!
All right, number 10.
Number 10, all right. Who's going first?
I don't know. Why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, my number 10 is kind of a eulogy of sorts, and this is in honor of the designer who recently passed away. And I'm very excited for this game, though, and that is Burn the Fort. It's kind of a radical theme. It's about, someone's built a fort in your lands, and you're trying to chase them out, basically. So kind of similar to Spirit Island, but a little more maybe real, yeah. So so unfortunately the designer Klee passed away, so that's sad news, but I'm really excited for the game. So hopefully it comes soon. Unfortunately, he was doing a fulfillment himself, so we don't know how long it's going to take. So
all right. Well, my number 10, and I didn't write a month in this. I wrote a month when the rest are expected, but is Nestlings from Brandon Omi and Tangerine Games. This is, it's bird themed, which I love. But
I knew this would be on your list.
Yeah. So you're placing your workers, your birds, which are dice, into different biomes to get food. And one of the things I love is like the early bird gets the worm. So if you're the first one in that biome, you get to pick first. Now another player can come in with more power, can come in with multiple dice and sort of scoop you up, but then that disadvantages them in other areas. So it is a gorgeous game. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. Cannot wait to see this. The table presence is going to be great. Seems like the game mechanics are really fun. I was just looking at the comments on the BGG page, and people that played this loved it. So I'm just really excited for this game. That's Nestlings, my number 10.
I did not make my list, but I considered it.
Yeah.
So. All right, my number 9. And this one I honestly don't know a huge amount about, but I'm excited about it because it just looks so good, and that's Witchbound.
Okay.
And Witchbound is basically a story-based adventure game for 1 to 2 players, and it's obviously got a witch theme. And I love witch themes.
Yeah, I do too. I thought about this actually.
Yeah, I'm very entranced. The art looks amazing.
It does.
I'm very entranced by it. So
yeah, I really considered this. I don't remember why I didn't make my list, but it looked really good.
But I don't know much more about it. I don't know why. Because it's a story-based game, that's what most of the conversation about it is about. And I think that's why it's like the fact that it's story-based is what sticks in my mind, and not the mechanisms or anything.
Yeah.
But it looks cool and fun.
Yeah, it really does. All right, good choice. All right, number 9 for me is one that was on your most anticipated list last year. And we'll see if it makes your list for this year. It's Shazin Azadi.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like a long, heavy game, but I love the theme. It's a semi-co-op where you are revolutionaries and you're trying to free your country from the grip of a tyrannical government. And I freaking love this. As you know, we pick a lot of radically themed games, but there's not a lot. So, it's always the same handful of games, and I'm really excited to see another one come on the scene. And I like that it's semi-co-op. We like heavy games. Yeah, I don't know much more about it.
It's got more than 2,000 cards in it.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Good thing we've got a mechanical shuffler. That might be a candidate for that. Yeah, and this is by, oh my gosh, Abhishek Lamba and Zain Mimam from Memesis Culture Labs. Yeah, so looking forward to that. Shazin Azadi, and it's due out in March 2024.
That was number 3 on my list last year. So for the games that were on my list last year and didn't come, all but one that didn't make my list this year, I think I just lost some excitement.
Yeah, same.
And that was because I was so excited about them and they didn't come.
Yeah, same. I think I have 1 or 2.
But they're still obviously potentially really good games. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, my number 8 is a party game. And The last time somebody teamed up with Shut Up and Sit Down for a party game, it was really, really good. And this is another case of that. And this is Monstrosity Unusual Suspects. And this is supposed to be coming soon. It's overdue, well overdue. So it's something we're very excited about, though.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about it.
I'm very excited about it too. For some reason, I don't know why this didn't make my list. I didn't even look at it. I think I was thinking we had Monstrosity and it was an expansion, which is not the case.
No, we do not have it.
We do not have it. This is the game.
Never played it, but it's like a drawing. It's like you have a bunch of drawings and you have to guess and stuff.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Okay. Oh, well.
So anyway, it looks really cool and really fun, and you know, just one of those fun party games. And I think it's the only party game that made my list. Hold on. Yep, only party game that made my list. So
yeah, I don't have one.
My number 8, Monstrosity Unusual Suspects.
All right. My number 8 is, this is so confusing to me because I didn't put numbers on the row, and there's a title row in my spreadsheet, and so the numbers are off. So.
8 is in row 9.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It's confusing me. All right, my number 8 is a evolution of a game that we have played, but it's not the same game, and that is Seventh Citadels.
Nice.
Yeah, and so it's an open world exploration game. Supposedly it learned from some of the mistakes or the underdeveloped or whatever things about Seventh Continent, which we really enjoyed Seventh Continent. So I'm really excited for this. It's supposed to come in February. It's from Ludovic Rowdy and Bruno Sauter. I did not write down the publisher, but we just love this kind of game. This kind of sort of heavy adventure, kind of roaming around, figuring out what to do. We have so much fun, so I'm excited. I can't wait to play this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close call if it makes it in February. It may not make it, but you know, it's definitely close to fulfillment. So.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm just saying the month it's supposedly due right now is what they're saying. It's not necessarily when it's going to come,
or at least what we estimated.
Yeah.
So, great choice. I almost put that on my list too. For number 7, we are always on the lookout for new themes in games, like new historical themes, new subject themes, new geographical themes. And this is a new geographical theme, and I'm very excited about it because there's not a lot of games about Africa. And this one is about Botswana, and it's about rewilding nature in Botswana. It's called Kavango.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. It looks so pretty. It's got beautiful player boards, beautiful boards. It's got set collection, which we really love as a mechanic. Yep. And I really personally love the rewilding focus. I'm really into nature and rewilding, and I really like that.
It's got drafting.
Yep, it's got drafting.
It's on my short list for for games as well. Yeah, that it really does look really good. Love the conservation theme. Love card drafting. Love the location. It's a good choice.
So that's worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah. All right, well, my number 7 is a crossover with you. You've already mentioned it.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. And it's Burn the Fort.
Yay!
Yeah! I'm really excited about this. Again, it's from an Indigenous designer. I don't know if we mentioned that before. The publisher's Indigenous Action. Really like supporting BIPOC game creators, LGBT game creators, women game creators. There's not enough of them, and you know, we like the theme. And then when it's by a designer that's also BIPOC, that's just a winner for me. Plus, it looks so good. It looks really amazing. I believe it's semi-co-op. Yeah, semi-co-op colonial resistance. Done. I'm in. I'm all about this. So it is, as you said, it was supposed to be out around February, but I think it's going to be a little bit later. His wife did post that she's gonna take over fulfillment, but for heaven's sakes, take a beat.
No rush.
No rush. Take your time. When it gets here, it gets here.
Take a beat. Somebody's been watching a particular TV show. All right. Where take a beat was the thing they said. Anyway.
All right.
My number 6 is a very cool looking game. Now, we've played one game from this publisher and we liked it. And we have a couple others that in-house that we haven't played yet. And this new one is very clever it looks very clever mechanically, and it's a roll and write game based on a graphic novel, and it's called Luddite. And it's pretty cool looking. It's kind of futuristic, like robots have kind of taken over all our jobs, and so you're basically playing the role of a hacker trying to take down this robot system, you know. So it's kind of like Terminator-esque,
yeah,
I guess, like at least in context and without the time travel, and and it's pretty cool. You're supposed to go through and take on like enemy after enemy after enemy, and it's kind of push your luck, so that if you try to take on too many enemies, you may lose all your progress or something. I don't know, but because I haven't played the game, I'm just talking about a game that's coming out. But it looks really cool.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for it.
All right, excellent. Well, my number 6 is a crossover with one of your honorable mentions, and it was on my list last year. I'm not sure if it was on yours or not, and that's Ryozen. It has a rotating layered board, check. It has multiple scoring options, check. It has multiple resource engine options, check. And it has cute mystical animals, done. Check all the boxes, tick, 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 tick. Love the look of this game. Cannot wait for it to come out. It's supposed to be out around March of this year, so I think it certainly should be in the door in 2024 unless something goes catastrophically wrong. And it is from Martino Chiachira, Michelle Piccolini, and from Tabula Games. And yeah, really excited about this.
I tend to like Tabula Games, what they do with games, and then yeah, as I said, this almost made my list. It's so good looking. The rotating board is a particular selling point. We're suckers.
I know we are. Gimme. You got a rotating double layer board. Put it in my cart.
All right. Good choice.
Right, thank you. Number 5.
All right. My number 5 is a mini version of an older game, and this is based on a fan-made game called Gloomhaven, and that's Bugs and what's it called? Bugs and Bites.
That's right.
Bugs and Bites, right?
I think that's right.
I didn't write down the name. Anyway, it's Gloomhaven, Bugs and Bites, whatever.
You put it on the screen.
The new mini, it'll be on the screen. It's a new mini version of Gloomhaven for solo play. And it looks awesome. I'm very excited for this.
It does.
Very, very excited for this. So cannot wait till this comes in. It is getting close to fulfillment. I know I believe it's about to hit the seas, or if it hasn't already. And yeah.
All right.
Very excited.
Excellent. My number 5 is a crossover. You just mentioned it, not this time, but like 2 games ago, and that is Luddite. Now, one thing that I read, so you said it's based on a graphic novel, but the description says it is a roll and write game with a fully integrated graphic novel.
Well, that's what I meant. The graphic novel is part of the game.
Yeah. Which is what I am so excited for that. It does not have the best BGG rating right now. Does not have a lot of ratings. I think it's a 6.5. Number 1, that's fine. 6.5 is actually a decent game. But number 2, a lot of that was done in the playtesting phase. So I think that they hopefully had the opportunity to, fix whatever it was that people maybe was holding it back from being slightly higher rated.
It's a cool concept. So I guess we'll find out if it lives up to our expectations.
Honestly, we play a lot of games, and for me, something that does something that unique, that's going to give it some extra points. Like if you can come up with just something that's really creative and we haven't seen before and do it even like moderately well, you're going to get extra points for me. So I'm just really excited to see this, to check it out, see how they do it. It sounds like it's just going to be right up our alley in terms of gaming experience, and something we haven't seen before. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And it's due out in April.
All right. Very excited. That's why you were quiet while I was talking about it.
Yeah, it was. Because I was like,
I was like, she was kind of quiet during that. I wonder if she really hates that game or something.
No, I'm excited for it. There it is.
Okay. All right. Pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. My number 4 is a game that was on my list last year.
Okay.
But I'm just still super excited about it. Now, it was like number 2 on my list last year. So it did drop. Lost some of the excitement. Taking a while to come out. But the theme is fantastic. The gameplay looks deep and fantastic. The art is fantastic. Ian O'Toole. Anyway, this is Pampero.
And this is your number what?
4.
We have a crossover.
Crossover.
Yeah, crossover. This is my number 4 too, and it was also on my list last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is about alternative energies, and it's got first of all, it looks like a Lacerda game to me, with the double layer boards and all the different pieces,
and actually
the O'Toole art.
The designer actually worked on. He was part of a team that worked on developing some of the Lacerda games.
Oh, okay.
I just remembered that now that I'm pretty sure that's right. So yeah, it definitely has that look and feel, but the designer is actually Uruguayan. And it's about wind farms in Uruguay. Again, it's that idea of, not exoticizing a land as a topic of a game, but actually buying a game from a designer about that area.
And I remember that setting aside, like, wildlife reserves was an important part of the game and stuff like that. So I always liked that. It's got hand management, card-driven action selection system.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It looks so good. Really good. Yeah, I think we're going to love this. I can't wait. We love the theme. We love the topic. Designer, again, promises, at least it looks like it promises to have some of the same feel of a Lacerda. Great.
Oh, wow. Like, on number crossover. Woo!
Woo!
So my number 3 choice is one that I believe was already Kickstarted and we didn't back it. And I'm kind of regretting it. Now, I don't give enough credit to Garfield Games, who is one of the publishers who does a lot of historical-based games that are not focused on war.
Yep.
And that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Because, I mean, war games are fine, but there's so many war games. And we don't need that many war games. I mean, if you're into war games, obviously, have as many as you want. But that's not a focus for me. So I'm really excited every time there's a non-war focused historical game. And so what their latest that's coming out this year is Ezra and Nehemiah.
Oh, great.
And this is based on Cyrus the First or whatever. I forget.
Well, it's not on my list, so I can't help you, babe.
But it's got hand management. It's got tracks. It's got worker placement. It looks fantastic. And, they're good designers. I don't know that their games always hit it out of the park for me, but I love their themes. And, this reminds me a little bit. It just reminds me, it's got a little bit of a Hadrian's Wall feel to it. I don't know.
Why didn't we back this?
I don't know. We were busy.
Yeah. Well, we also had a period where we just weren't sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think we need to get a late pledge or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. But this is definitely right up our alley, and I'm very excited for it. At my number 3, Ezra and Nehemiah. Yeah.
Well, my number 3, one thing to say about it. Greek gods versus Norse gods. Done. I'm in.
Divinus?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to say the thought.
No. Good. I love Greek mythology. I was a history, obviously, history is my thing, but I also spent a semester in Greece. And we love us some Nordic countries. So I'm really excited about this. Plus it's got tile laying. I love tile laying. It's a legacy game too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's a competitive legacy tile laying digital hybrid game.
I'm excited.
Yeah, where you play as a demigod trying to seek the favor of the gods to ascend to a new pantheon. So I'm really excited about this. Just the topic, the theme, plus it looks like the mechanics are going to be right up our alley. The art is great. It's a beautiful game, and it's from Lucky Duck. They do really great productions. We really like a lot of the Lucky Duck games. So, and it's from Philip. I can't tell if that's an accent or a smudge on my computer. Philip Milinski. I'm certain that's not how you pronounce that. I apologize, Philip. But yeah, that is my number 3. I'm very excited for this game. It's due out. Theoretically, we have it on our list is arriving this month. Yeah. We'll see. It's not in the mail yet.
Our list is not always accurate.
But we do. Jane goes through all the Kickstarters and reads all the updates and updates when we expect it and all of that stuff. So our list is probably about as up to date as you can get on when to expect a Kickstarter.
To some degree.
If it's on our list.
I'm not always right, and I don't always remember to update them at the time. But, you know.
And sometimes we have to guess.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to guess because they don't say. Yeah. I mean, it's what it is. All right.
All right. That's my number 3.
All right, number two is supposed to come out this year. Now, so this may be a flyer for me because there is a chance. I mean, it's just been the Kickstarter has been a bit of a mess. But they apparently fulfilled Europe and are supposed to start the US in January, but they haven't. So it's ready to go, and that is Monumental.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this game. I'm so excited for this game. I really want this game. So hopefully they fulfill soon. I went and looked on the forums today, and it sounds like it's still not clear what's going on. But it's ready. It's done. So it's just a matter of fulfillment. So that's why I kept it on my list. So sorry if this is kind of a, winging a prayer.
Yeah.
But it's a civilization building game. First of all, we love those. We love civilization building games. Especially ones that aren't super focused on war. Just are. That's just how it is. It's got deck building. It's got hand management. It's got set collection. Sounds perfect.
And it's in Africa.
Yeah. Well, there's an expansion in Africa.
And we got that.
Yeah.
It's not on my list for the reasons you talked about it, being unsure. But this is what was really exciting to me is that it is a civilization building game, but it's set in Africa and it's got real historical figures in it, like something like Through the Ages. Nobody ever focuses on Africa. Like, we're so Eurocentric. I'm really excited about this.
I will say that one of the 2 games that were on your list last year and that we played was kind of a long shot like this, and that was AV Ghost.
Yeah.
And it came through. It did come. Yep. It didn't come through for everyone, and we know a lot of people didn't get it, but we really enjoyed it, actually. Yep. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's a great choice. I think I know what your number 1 is going to be, but we'll see.
Okay.
Because my number 2, you haven't mentioned, and I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it yet, is Invention, Evolution of Ideas. It is a Vito Lacerda game. We love Lacerda with Ian O'Toole art, Eagle Griffin. We should be getting it in March 2024. What I love about this game, aside from the fact that it's a Lacerda, but theme-wise, it is so interesting to me to look at like development of ideas, and you'll see that there'll be people that have the same sort of idea or invention or evolution of theory that happen totally unconnected without talking to each other across the globe. But because ideas sort of like have that timing, they bubble up, you have to create that base. And that's how this game works, it's this evolution of ideas, is that you're building upon what comes before to create the next set of inventions. And I love that. There's actually a really good book out there, and I can't remember the title of it, that talks about this, that even though like one person might hold a patent for something, chances are like 3 other people invented it like right around the same time. And I love that idea. I think it's really cool, and so I'm really excited about this game. That's my number 2.
It's a good choice. All right, well, my number 1 is in fact a crossover.
Yeah.
And it's Inventions, Evolution of Ideas.
I was like, oh my gosh, this has to be her number 1. I
know this on your list. For dramatic effect. But yeah, Jen just talked about it, all those ideas. I'm so fascinated by this topic as well. I was always interested. I always liked fantasy and sci-fi and stuff like that, and I was always interested in how novelists, for example, handle the invention of ideas with the presence of magic, and how would that change, for example, the invention of the wheel or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, how would that change how we use the wheel? You know, like, I'm just fascinated by that kind of thing. So
that's so interesting.
Yeah, and I know this doesn't have magic, but it's part of that whole evolution of ideas, and it's so interesting.
It is. It's actually what makes that, to me, a really interesting thought experiment too, is that do you see sort of the same type of human creativity coming through, just with a different set of factors? Like if magic is a thing, how does the human brain, or how, across a civilization, still build upon that foundation?
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, so I mean, this is going to be a Lacerda game. It's got Ian O'Toole art. It's done by Eagle Griffin. They're Lacerda games with these beautiful big boxes, with these beautiful components, these beautiful player boards and stuff like that. It's going to be gorgeous.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great gameplay because it's Vital Lacerda. And he pretty much always comes up. I think the only thing we're ever disappointed with him is the small games. They're trying to make these small games of the big games. And so far they've been okay, but they're kind of missing pieces, which is what the big games are. We like the complex big games, and not everybody likes those, and that's fine too. So.
Yeah, same. Okay. My number one, you mentioned it.
Okay.
But I think you said you thought it was coming out after September. And I had it listed as August.
Oh, no. Okay, go ahead.
And that is Fromage.
Yeah, I lumped it in with the September crew, but I think it is tentatively due in August.
And you know what? I didn't even write that much down about it because I saw it was Matt O'Malley, Ben Pinchback, and Cheese.
Is it really them? I didn't think I realized it was them.
Ben Rossett, Matt O'Malley, yep. And it's...
Oh, yeah,
and so they are responsible for Brewcrafters, which is one of our favorite games.
I think it's just Ben did Brewcrafters.
Yeah.
Just Ben.
But Matt O'Malley did Between Two Cities. Search for Planet X, right. Yeah. So you got Between Two Cities. The pedigree on those two designers is like 100% hit with us.
Yeah.
And it's about cheese making, which is really fun and exciting. I could not be more excited about this game. So I'm so excited.
Did you say Ben Pinchback?
I did. I got it wrong. I'm sorry.
Ben Rossett. Ben Rossett.
The Bens confuse me.
There's two Ben and Matt teams. There's Ben Pinchback and Matt Riddle, who do the roll and writes.
Right. And then there's Matt O'Malley and Ben Rossett.
Yeah.
And so I got the right Matt, the wrong Ben.
Exactly.
But the right set of games, because I knew it was Brewcrafters, Search for Planet X, Between Two Cities, Between Two Castles, Mad King Ludwig. Again, like really great pedigree on this set of game designers. We love their games. This is just, it's going to surefire. I can't imagine this not being one of our top games of the year when we play it. So
very excited.
Hopefully it comes out. It's set for August, which there's enough wiggle room in there. I agree. It starts to get a little iffy about then, but hopefully they're on track, and we'll get that this year and get it played.
Yeah, I just took it off because it was August, and it was the latter half of the year, and it was on the bubble on my list. And so I just took it off and made it an honorable mention.
Fair enough. Well, it's my number one, so guess what? We're going to play that when it comes in, dear.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed this list. I know that we like heavier games, and we are, so.
Yeah, and I want to mention, I kind of actually stuck to games that we already backed on Kickstarter. We knew were coming in, not games that are coming out this year or expected to come out this year, like Wormspan was not on my list, but we don't have it. But potentially, I'm interested in that. We might get it this year, and if we do, that might end up being one of the best games of the year. I don't know. But these games I know we're at least theoretically getting, unless something goes wrong with a Kickstarter.
Wormspan was on my bubble. It was on the bubble. And I did consider, obviously, Ezra and Nehemiah came off of our just, I did look through BGG and looked at a bunch. So, but we back the games we're usually interested in, the ones that are Kickstarters. And there's 24 pages, though, of like games for 2024. So I didn't go through every one of them.
So maybe at the end of the year, we'll do our top 10 games for 2024, and we'll see if there's any on that were dark horses that came up and surprised us. But in the meantime, what are you looking forward to coming out this year? Is there anything like you're super excited about that you backed on Kickstarter or that you know is supposed to come out? There's a must buy for you. What are we missing?
Yeah, what are we missing? What should we be tuned into? Because maybe we need to spend more money. No.
There's no room. Where are we going to put it all?
Oh, sorry. We got to get our 2023 games played, and that's next on the agenda.
All right.
All right. Remember,
every day that you game
is a holiday.